Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Native Echo Podcast, where we make English simple and enjoyable. I am Harper.
And I am Julian. Hello to all of our wonderful listeners wherever you are in the world right now.
Julian, can I ask you something before we start?
Of course.
What time did you wake up this morning?
7:30, maybe 7:40. I heard my alarm, I'd turned it off, I looked at the ceiling for about 5 minutes, and then I got up.
And how did that feel?
Normal. A little slow at first, but fine.
Right, because I woke up at 6 without an alarm.
Why?
I do not know. I just woke up. My eyes opened and I thought, okay, it is morning. Let us go.
That sounds exhausting, honestly.
It did not feel exhausting. It felt like the right time.
See, and this is exactly what I mean. Morning people and non-morning people are basically two completely different species.
Two different species. That is a strong way to put it.
I stand by it. I think the way you feel in the morning says a lot about who you are.
Or it just says what time you went to sleep.
Maybe, but there's more to it than that. And today we're going to get into all of it. What it really means to be a morning person, whether it's something you're born with or something you can actually change, and some things about morning routines that nobody really talks about.
And later, Julian is going to share something embarrassing that happened to him last week, and it is very related to this topic.
I did agree to that, yes.
You did. And listeners, before we go any further, we want to hear from you. Are you a morning person or a night person? Just tell us in the comments. Even 2 words is enough. We love reading your answers.
Okay, Harper, let's start with the basics. What does it actually mean to be a morning person?
So a morning person is someone who feels naturally awake and ready early in the day. Not someone who forces themselves to get up early. Someone who actually prefers it.
That's an important difference, because a lot of people get up early because they have to. Work starts at 8, so the alarm goes off at 6:30. That's not being a morning person. That's just being an adult with responsibilities.
Exactly. A real morning person wakes up early and thinks, great, I have time before the day begins. They're not angry about it. They're almost happy about it.
I find that very suspicious.
I know you do, but it's real. Some people genuinely feel their best in the first few hours of the day. Their mind is clear, they have energy, they want to do things.
And what about the opposite? Because I feel like there's a specific word for people like me.
Yes, the word is night owl. A night owl is someone who feels most alert and productive later in the day, usually in the evening or at night.
Alert. What does that mean exactly?
Alert means awake, focused, and aware of what is happening around you, like the opposite of foggy or slow. So a night owl feels alert at night, not in the morning.
That is absolutely me. Around 10 at night, suddenly I have ideas. I want to read things, think about things, write things.
And then you wake up the next morning and those ideas are completely gone.
Every single one of them. And I also cannot remember what I was so excited about.
Okay, but here's what I find really interesting. Everybody talks about morning routines like they're the secret to success. Wake up at 5, go to the gym, meditate, write in your journal, drink a glass of water, read 10 pages of a book, all before 7 a.m.
I've seen those videos. They make me tired just by watching them.
But who decided that waking up early equals being productive? Because I know plenty of night owls who are incredibly productive. They just do their best work after dinner.
That's such a good point. And I think this connects to something really important. There's a word in biology for this, your chronotype.
Oh, that's a great word. Chronotype. Can you explain it?
Yes, your chronotype is basically your natural body clock. It's the time of day when your body is designed to sleep and wake up. Some people have an early chronotype, so they're natural morning people. Some people have a late chronotype, so they're natural night owls. And most people are somewhere in the middle.
So it's not just a preference or a habit. It's actually biological. Your body has a built-in schedule.
Exactly. And research shows that this is partly genetic. Some people are simply built to be morning people, and some people are built to be night owls. It's not a character flaw. It's just how your body works.
I feel very validated right now.
You should. But here's the complicated part. Most of the world is built for morning people. Schools start early, work starts early, meetings happen in the morning. The whole system assumes you're awake and ready by 8 or 9 a.m.
Which is genuinely unfair to night owls.
It is, because a night owl who's forced to wake up at 6 every morning is not lazy. They're just running on the wrong schedule. It's like asking a morning person to do their most important work at midnight.
They would be terrible at it.
Exactly. So the next time someone tells you, oh, you just need to go to bed earlier, you'll get used to it. Just know that for some people, it's genuinely not that simple.
Okay, listeners, here's your first question for the comments. What is your chronotype? Morning person, night owl, or somewhere in the middle? Tell us honestly. We really want to know.
And now I want to talk about something that really bothers me, the morning person competition.
The morning person competition. What do you mean exactly?
You know what I mean. Some people wear waking up early like a badge, like they're a better person because they saw the sunrise. Oh, I woke up at 4:30 this morning and already went to the gym and answered all my emails and made homemade bread from scratch.
I know someone exactly like this.
Everyone knows someone like this, and they always say it in a way that makes you feel like you wasted the morning because you slept until 7:30.
And sleeping until 7:30 is not wasting the morning. It might just mean your body needed that sleep.
Right. Sleep is not laziness. Sleep is recovery. Your brain is doing an enormous amount of work while you sleep, processing information, sorting memories, repairing things.
And cutting that short just to say you woke up early is not impressive. It's just tired.
Exactly. There's a word I want to use here, glorify. To glorify something means to talk about it as if it's amazing and wonderful when maybe the reality is more complicated than that.
We glorify waking up early. We glorify being busy. We glorify not needing much sleep, as if suffering is the same as working hard.
And it's not. Being exhausted all the time is not a personality trait. It's just being exhausted.
Okay, so what does a healthy morning actually look like then? Because I think a lot of people feel pressure to have this perfect, structured morning, and then they feel bad when it doesn't happen.
I think the answer is different for everyone, but let me tell you what works for me. And Harper, I want to hear yours too.
Sure, go ahead.
For me, the first 30 minutes of the morning are quiet. No phone, no news, no messages, just coffee and a few minutes of doing nothing. And I mean actually nothing, just sitting.
That sounds very peaceful.
It is, and it sets the tone for the whole day. If I start the morning by looking at my phone and reading messages and feeling like I'm already behind, the whole day feels rushed.
Behind. Good word. When you feel behind, you feel like you're late or not keeping up with where you should be, like everyone else has already started and you're still catching up.
And that feeling first thing in the morning is really unpleasant. What about your morning, Harper?
Mine is honestly a disaster, and I want to be honest about it. I wake up, I look at my phone immediately, and I feel behind before I have even had a glass of water. I haven't done anything yet, and I already feel like I missed something.
And most of the time, you didn't miss anything important.
Exactly. It can wait 30 minutes. The world doesn't change in 30 minutes.
Usually not.
So I'm actually trying to change this. No phone for the first 20 minutes. Just coffee, just sitting. It's harder than it sounds.
It really is, because the habit is so strong. You wake up and your hand just goes to the phone automatically, without thinking.
Without even deciding to. You're just doing it.
There's a good phrase for that, going through the motions. It means doing the steps of something without really being present or engaged. You're doing the actions, but your mind is somewhere else.
I do that every morning. I make coffee, I sit down, and I stare at my phone. But I'm not really there. I'm just going through the motions until my brain catches up with my body.
How long does it take you to feel actually functional?
At least an hour. Maybe more on hard days.
Functional means working properly, doing what you're supposed to do. So fully functional means your brain is actually awake, not just your body.
And I think a lot of people are like this, not because they're lazy, just because their brain needs time to start.
And that's okay. The problem isn't needing time, the problem is feeling guilty about needing time.
Right. If you know your brain needs an hour to start, don't schedule your most important task at 7 a.m. Schedule it at 10. Plan around yourself instead of fighting yourself.
Work with your body, not against it.
Exactly. Okay, now, Julian, the embarrassing story.
Yes, I said I would share it, so here we go. Last week I had an early meeting, 8 a.m., and I thought I'll be fine. I just need to wake up a little earlier than usual. I set my alarm for 6:15.
And what happened?
I woke up at 6:15, I got ready, I made coffee, I sat at my desk, I joined the meeting on time, everything looked fine.
And?
Then, about 20 minutes into the meeting, I looked down and realized I only had one shoe on.
One shoe.
One shoe on my right foot, nothing on my left foot. I had completely forgotten the second shoe.
How does that happen?
I genuinely don't know. I put one shoe on, I got distracted by something, and I just never went back for the second one. And it was a video call, so nobody could see, but I knew, and it bothered me for the rest of the day.
Not because of the shoe.
Not because of the shoe, because it showed me that I was not ready. My brain was not ready at 8 a.m. I was there physically, but I wasn't actually there.
And you were pretending everything was fine.
I was going through the motions, and the shoe proved it.
That's actually a perfect metaphor for everything we said today. You can force yourself to wake up early. You can go through the steps. But if your brain isn't ready,